Hello everybody and welcome back to OMB Reviews. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope we're doing well, and today we'll be going over a box office update, including for films like The Batman, which, as you can see according to Deadline, scored the third best first Monday of the pandemic ever. Again, I just love how they're trying to continue to keep this relevant when, remember, we've moved past this at this point. Right? We've moved past this. Everything's all focused on Ukraine. And then once all that's died down, eventually we're just going to be talking about climate change because that's just the nature of the world these days. So we talk about this. And also we're talking about Moonfall, as Moonfall hopes to have a second life in China. Yes, a film that was in part funded by China, by the Communist Party of China, which failed epically at the box office, is hoping to make its money back from the same people that are being oppressed by the communist government there. Well, again, it's just yet another day in box office news. So before we go any further, please make sure you smash that like button, light up that fire button if you're watching over on Odyssey, and also make sure that you are subscribed to the channel with that bell notification on. That way you know every time a video or live stream goes live on the channel. So the first bit of news from Deadline, as it says, the Batman charts third best first Monday, a pandemic domestic box office. Oh my goodness, can you believe the pandemic era is still going on at the box office? I thought that narrative was destroyed, but of course, if you have that in your headline, it's still likely to get more clicks than if it was, the reality of, oh, this might be the 10th best Monday of all time. Nope, got to keep the pandemic relevant here. It says, it might have been another manic Monday, as the Bengals would say, but, God, it's so cheesy. But that didn't stop people from going to see The Batman yesterday, even with the top three circuits jacking up their ticket prices by largely a buck. Huh. That phrasing is a little bit odd there, but it could also be the fact that some people are already off for spring break or very soon will be off for spring break, and also the film is widely popular with a lot of people, so maybe that could be the reason why. Among the first Mondays during the pandemic, the Matt Reeves directed movie grossed 11.1, which ranks behind Spider-Man No Way Home's 37.1 and Disney's Labor Day 19.2 take of Shang-Chi. Isn't that pretty amazing that this film did not come, all that much behind Shang-Chi when all things are considered, and that was on a holiday? I don't know. I think that's pretty impressive. Among all Mondays during the pandemic since mid-March 2020, The Batman ranks fourth, as the second Monday of Spider-Man No Way Home is technically second with 24.77. So technically your headline is false because it would have been the fourth best. Oh, I see what you did there. First Monday. I see what you did there. You added in the first. Oh, man. Despite all the fanfare about AMC boss Adam Aaron being transparent about his circuit's $1 buck increase on The Batman, he wasn't the first, nor was he alone in raising ticket prices on an event movie, as Regal and Cinemark did the same and had done so already for Spider-Man No Way Home. Through 4 days, The Batman has accumulated $145.1 million. Dark Knight's Monday is off. Ooh. Did he mean to say The Dark Knight here? I guess he's using the title here, but when I see The Dark Knight, I think about the Christopher Nolan movie, which, even though I do like The Batman, Dark Knight is very much superior. The Dark Knight Monday is off 67% from its $34.1 million Sunday. This coming weekend, industry projections expect a 50% ease for The Batman with $67 million. So they are projecting the second weekend numbers to be around $67 million, which would bring the film's domestic, or rather the entire total of the film itself well over the 200. Actually, sorry about that. That's talking about the domestic. The domestic would be over $200 million at that point. If we see a similar number, or if we see a similar drop in the international marketplace, you could see this top 200 million. So you're looking at a movie potentially getting to around $400 million by the end of this weekend, if those numbers hold, if those projections hold. So I would say that things are looking pretty good for this film to be well on its way to breaking even and making some profit to boot. Based on the numbers that are being presented there. We also have some other numbers, as I mentioned at the very beginning, and that is Roland Emmerich's Moonfall. Yes, that's right, Moonfall, the film that's at $199 million lost based on my charting, is expected to get a China release, working with the communists there. Roland Emmerich's big budget sci-fi disaster pick, and it's a disaster based on the box office just alone. Moonfall has been set for a March 25th release in China. The movie, which released via Lionsgate domestically on February 4th, is heavily backed by China's Huawei, so this is an important piece of its recoupment prospects. those prospects are donezo, man. They only get 25% of the box office. You only get 25% of the box office. The rest goes to the CCP, to the Chinese Communist Party. So I don't know what it is exactly that you're thinking you're going to make back on this movie. The China date falls 1 week after the PRC start of Warner Brothers, DC's The Batman, and that's another reminder that Warner Brothers is indeed putting out a film in China while standing up to Russia in all of their hypocrisy and their hypocritical glory. The $146 million independent pick sold out at Cannes in 2019. It was one of the market's hottest titles. Partners also include AGC. I don't know how. Based on the numbers that it's made, like, how did people think that the film was going to be successful when it's not done anything? So far, the box office has been far from out of this world, with just $19 million in North America and $39.4 million globally. Several markets in Asia are still to go along with some key European hubs. Emmerich's last film, 2019's Midway, did $42 million in China, while 2016's Independence Day Resurgence made $75 million. Even if it makes that $75 million, it's still going to be far off from the amount of money that it needs to break even. So at this point, I know that it's like, well, we don't want it to be as bad as it currently is. Why is it that you are not willing to stand up to China? Oh, that's right, because a lot of you are funded by China. A lot of you are funded by the CCP. And in reality, you don't care about the human rights violations because all you care about is, one, your money, and two, your political agendas. And that's really all that there is to say about that specific film, but it's just not looking good. But Moonfall, as you can see, $32.3 million according to the numbers. Obviously, that number has not really been updated because they haven't really been, publicly releasing those numbers out to a lot of people. So again, it's up to $39 million. So let's assume it makes $75 million. At this point, it is only 0.2 times the production budget. It needs to be 2.5 times the production budget in order for it to break even. If you go back to my handy dandy charts, because, we like charts in here. We do like some charts. As you can see, with Moonfall, it had that $10 million opening weekend. By weekend 2, it was at $21 million. And it's pretty much capped out as far as the amount of money that it's going to make. Obviously, that China number will help it be able to move past those numbers. But its break-even number, because of how much money it costs, is $365 million. At being at only around $40 million, yeah, you're not going to get anywhere close to that. China's not going to provide you the extra $300 million in order for it to actually hit that break-even point. Again, $200 million to $193 million in losses was the projection. As of right now, it's around $199. And obviously, it's a little bit not as bad as that. It's still pretty bad, but not as bad as that. If you were to take in the projected numbers that are being reported by thenumbers.com. Either way, things not looking good for Moonfall. And again, I think this is just a part of that ongoing hypocrisy of Hollywood, right? Where they're like, oh yeah, we're going to work with China, even though they... there's so many human rights violations to their own citizens. There's, of course, the Uyghur Muslim population that has been in the process of essentially genocide for a long time now. But we're not going to talk about those human rights violations. We'll talk about the human rights violations in Russia. We're not going to talk about them in China because we still get a lot of money from them and we can't tick them off. We don't want to shut down that deal. We don't want to shut down that window. Come on, man. What are you talking about, man? Hey, hey guys, come on. We can't shut that down. China, come on, man. You got to go after Russia. It's ridiculous. It's hypocrisy to the highest level, and it is just honestly getting very old at this point. So what are y'all's thoughts about this? Again, it's just interesting that they're like, oh yeah, third best of the pandemic ever. Again, Deadline still trying to keep the pandemic topic hot when it's so 2 weeks ago. And also, with course, Roland Emmerich's film, again, the fact that they're even talking about a part of the recoupment process, this film's donezo. There's no chance for this film to make its money back. It's just too far in the red, and it's just, again, too far in the red in more ways than one, especially with the communists. But what are y'all's thoughts about any of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you like this video, smash that like button, slap that fire button on. Honestly, y'all are amazing and beautiful people. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, God bless. And now for a huge shout out to all of my March Patreon Subscribe Star and Locals members. Starting off first with my Patreon members, animation commentator Brandon, let's go Brandon, Brian P., Christopher Bowman, Father Christopher Miller, hail to you, Father, Father Damian Cook, Fuzz Aldrin, Garrett Searles, Hannibal Grimm, Harold Francis, Hymir Ari Hymason, Inflamed Wood, Jacob Juice, Jeff Toon, Joe Horn, Jonathan Carney, Gomer Kyle 79, Laura, the Modern Major General Story, Mike Jackson, Mad Mitch Dunaway, Mondo Spieler, Mr. Peabody, On to June, Orange Chat Reviews, Out of Step with Reality, Rosetta Allen, Stan Andrian, Miss Martin Muses, Theodore Bendon, Tina Bojan, and of course Tina B, the Empress of the Universe. Also, a shout out to my Subscribe Star members, starting off with Trent Johnson, Matt 317, UAB Mad Dog, Mike Jackson, Storm Tracker, The R, Nosferatu Gatsu, Stan 4, John B, Mr. Roy, Glinzer, J. Alex McCarthy Jr., Dean Heiss / the new number 2, J-Rod the Beer Guru, and ZK Man. And a final shout out to my locals members, Kara Tharp, UAB Mad Dog, Mike Jackson, and Robert Barnes. Thank you all so very much for being supporters, monthly supporters of the channel. And if you want your name shouted out at the end of every single live stream and every single video, please check out the pinned, the very top link in the video description. It is noted as the Willow link there. It'll bring you to basically a link tree of all the different places that you can support on Patreon, Subscribestar, or on Locals. And also there are other tiers that you can get access to as well, including an Army of Asgard level where you get not only the shout out, but you also get access to a giveaways channel that I have on my Discord, where you get offers of giveaways, or rather you get access to giveaways of 4K titles, Blu-rays, digital codes, all kinds of stuff, steelbooks. It's just, I'm giving away stuff all the time over there, and it's a lot of fun as well. So go check that out if you're interested. There's also the Keeper of the Bifrost level, which is the higher level up than that, and you get everything from the previous tiers. Plus, you get access to a once or twice a month podcast that I do with John the Flickpick Flickinger, where you get to ask us Q&A, right? You get to ask us questions, any question that you like, movie or non-movie related. We will answer them once, maybe twice a month. We're trying to work on a second opportunity for us to have a show, but right now it's at least once a month. So again, you get access with that with the Keep of the Bifrost level. And then there is the Chosen of Valhalla level, the very premium level, where you get access to all of those things. Plus, you get to be featured on the channel once a month with me and the other Chosen members, where we talk about movies and stuff. Anything really that the Chosen want to talk about. And it's always a very fun discussion. We usually have about 3.5 hour discussion. So again, that's what you get access to at the Chosen of Valhalla level. Also, you get a free t-shirt during your first month. All you need to do is just let me know what t-shirt you want from the store, and also their size, location, etc. And I send those out anywhere in the world. Anyway, you guys are all amazing and beautiful people. Thank you all so very much again for your love and for your support. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, God bless.